Hello everyone, welcome to another class to go. I'm so excited to bring this one to you. This is a super fun stamp set. I've had so much fun playing with this one. I have even more ideas than what I'm going to share with you in this class to go this week. This is the Homemade Treats bundle. This was released in our online exclusives, I believe in September. It is so cute, and especially if you like to bake treats for the holidays, if you give out neighbor gifts or office gifts or family gifts that involve you baking, this is definitely one you're going to need. But even if you don't bake, the cards I'm going to share this week are completely adorable that you're going to want to get the stamp set anyway. So the bundle comes with the stamps and the dies, and I do love that, especially for these smaller pieces, the candy cane, the gingerbread man, and the Santa hat, you get 2 of each. So if you're cutting multiples, it's going to go twice as fast. So it's a great little bundle. Now, to get the class to go for free, all you need to do is place an order in my online store that is at least $50 before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' rewards that you may apply. So it needs to be $50 that I see on my end. So if you place an order and use Stampin' rewards, but it takes you below that $50 before tax and shipping, unfortunately you won't get the class to go. So make sure that you're aware of that when you're ordering. There are extra bonuses if you order $100 before tax and shipping and after Stampin' rewards. You're going to get 5 free bonus cards from my basket. Now I have a full basket full of cards that's from past classes, some swaps I do, just cards that I make to share on my blog. You'll get 5 of those in your kit just as a free thank you gift. They may not coordinate with the stamp set that we're using this week. They're just fun little gifts for you to inspire you or to use for inspiration. If your order is over $150, you're going to get the kit, the 5 bonus cards, and you're going to get a full package of the embellishments that we're using. We're using the neutral matte dots, and I've used these a lot. These are one of my absolute favorite embellishments. They're nice and flat for mailing. They come in neutral colors. It's black, white, pecan pie, and basic beige. So super neutral colors that you can use for basically anything, and the white ones you can even color with your Stampin' blends to make any color you want. So you'll get a full package of those if your order is over $150 before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' rewards. All right, all the details to get the class to go are listed in the video description, so make sure to check that out. The last day to earn this class to go will be October 31st. You can earn this class to go between October 16th and October 31st. Okay, let's talk about the first card we are going to make. Now, all the cards this week are, I would say, relatively easy. They're good for mass producing. None of them are particularly super complicated. So the cards this week for sure are good for mass producing, and I do have a gift box to share. That'll be day 4, and that will be good for putting in little treats that you've made. So this is the one we're starting with, and I have to say, I think this, I don't know, I love them all, but this one is definitely one of my favorites. It's a little bit of a fun fold, but it is so stinking cute. Look at even the inside. So cute, right? Now, to keep things moving along in the video and so you don't have to watch me die cut a million things, I have done all the stamping and die cutting, and well, not all the stamping, but all the stamping that needs die cutting in advance, and some of the other stamping. This background that we're going to use for this crumb cake piece, I did stamp with the little, I'm calling them sprinkles. I think they're sprinkles. This little stamp set, this little stamp here, it's like little sprinkles. I just did a tone on tone stamping with that, just to give a little bit of texture. Our actual card base is actually a piece of garden green that is 5.5 by 4.25. And I have a couple of pieces of DSPs. Let's start with adhering everything. Guys, I didn't get any adhesive out. Hold on. Hold please. Need to grab my adhesive so we can put some cards together. All right, let's start with our DSP pieces. So our DSP pieces are 5.5 by 1. Now you can use a full piece of 5.5 by 4.25 piece of DSP, but you know, DSP, we want to get the most out of it that we can. So I'm using 1-inch strips here. Nobody's going to know that there's not a piece of DSP in the middle. So there's no point in wasting DSP for the middle. So we're only going to do the sides. So these are 1-inch strips by 5.5, and we're just going to put them right up against the sides here. I'm just using Stampin' Seal to adhere these down. This little plaid DSP too, I will show you the DSP package that these come from. And I have been using this DSP a ton. I absolutely love it. This is the Christmas tags and more. You can see how much I've already cut into so many of these things. But there are some gorgeous, these are great for, you can just trim them apart for some tags. Look at how fun that is. That green plaid. Oh, I mean, just gorgeous, gorgeous DSP. And it comes with some die cut pieces that you can use for other things too. Just, you know, add a little die cut piece. All right, so we have our DSP down. Let's put our actual card base down. So that is this piece. And this is real red that is 3 1/4 by 11. And then it's scored at 5 1/2. And so we're just going to put adhesive on the back of this guy. And we will stick that down. It's going to go right between, we're just going to kind of center it as best we can. It's going to go top to bottom. Just right between those DSP pieces. Now nobody knows there's not DSP in the middle. That's just a secret between you and I. And you didn't waste all that DSP that nobody's ever going to see. All right, our piece of crumb cake is going to go on with some dimensionals. Actually, we're going to wait to put that on. That'll go on the front, but we're going to wait. Let's do some stamping. So we need to stamp this little panel. Now let me show you what I've already stamped and die cut. So I have 5 of these little gingerbread boys that have been stamped in, there's 5, in pecan pie. And then I have 1 little rolling pin that's also been stamped in pecan pie. And then those are all die cut. All right, let's do some stamping. So we need to stamp the greeting. So I have a piece of basic white that is 3 by 1 3/8. All of the measurements are in the video description, so don't feel like you need to scramble and write any of these down. They're all in the video description, and they're all on my blog along with some pictures of this project if you need some extra pictures. All right, so we're gonna do 'Tis the Season for Baking, and that's just, I'm gonna stick my whole hand in that if I don't move it. We're just gonna do that right in the middle, and goodness, I hope I can get this straight. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, hold your breath. Oh, it's pretty good. I'm stamping in real red. I always hesitate using real red because you guys, real red and cherry cobbler, they're gonna get everywhere, especially if I'm using them. So, all right, I'm gonna grab a piece of scratch paper so we can stamp some candy canes. This piece of white will go on the inside, and this is 3 by 5 1/4. And I'm gonna grab our little candy cane stamp set, and we're gonna stamp a few of these. Going up this way. There we go. We don't want to cover the whole inside. You need to leave a little bit of room for writing. I'm going to close that ink pad before I put my hand in it. All right, let's bring back our pieces now. All right, I have our little greeting piece, and I have this tiny little piece of DSP, and this is also from that same package that I showed you. I can't even remember the name of it, Christmas Tags and More. I love this little polka dot pattern, and I just wanted a little bit of that poking out. So we're just gonna put a little bit of that just along the bottom of that greeting piece. And then we're gonna stick this down to our crumb cake piece that has been stamped with all those fun sprinkles. Just gonna put that down. Hopefully that is straight. Perfect. All right, now before we put any of our decorations on it or adhere it to our card, I'm gonna add some of this baker's twine. This is the gold and black, or black and white and gold baker's twine. I love this stuff. It is so pretty. And I'm gonna tie it kind of right between where the DSP and the white meet, where the DSP and the greeting piece are. And I want my bow off to the left. So I'm gonna tie it. Oh, I'm doing it on camera, guys. This is always pressure. Pressure, pressure. I can tie perfect bows as long as the camera is not running. But as soon as you turn that camera on, who knows? Okay, it's not bad. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna call that a win. We're gonna cut this off. And I love it's like braided with the gold. It's so pretty. It's definitely a favorite. All right, we're gonna stick this on with dimensionals. And I need a new sheet of dimensionals, actually. Here we go. All right, stick this on. And I'm going to use a couple dimensionals to hold the twine in place. That's going to just make sure everything stays where it's supposed to stay. And a couple more down here. Why not? All right, let's bring in our card. We're going to stick this on. Perfect. So cute, right? All right, now we're gonna line up 4 of our gingerbread men just right across the greetings. So let me flip 4 of these guys over so we can put a dimensional on them. And you know what, I'm gonna cut some of these edge pieces because these dimensionals, I think that they would fit. I think you just have to be a little bit more strategic about it, but I don't want to be that careful at this moment. So mini dimensionals would also work for sure. Mini dimensionals will work perfectly on these. And our last one. But the edge pieces work great too, and you can just stick them, you know, vertically on there. All right, so we're just gonna stick these guys on. They should fit pretty perfectly, like hand in hand, right across the top. Although I might have to separate them just a little bit. These 2 first ones are a little close. Let's pull those guys apart just a tad. Okay, there we go. Oh, so cute. So adorable. Okay, our rolling pin is gonna go on also with dimensionals. And we're gonna put that on the opposite side of the bow. So we're gonna stick that on over here. That's gonna also help secure the twine there. I need to fix my bow a little bit. Okay. Now let's put our piece, let's work on our piece for the inside. Oh, I need another rolling pin. I do have that. I forgot to get that out. I tucked it away and I forgot to get it out. We're gonna stick these on the inside again with dimensionals. So let's grab a couple more of these. So we'll stick this on with dimensionals. This is just for added texture. If you don't want to use dimensionals on the inside of your card, just glue them on flat. Dimensionals will add a little bit more more lift, especially on the inside of your card. So if you're mailing them, you might just want to adhere these flat, and that's okay too. So we're going to do this guy between those candy canes and this guy over here. So cute. All right, let's get this adhered into the inside of our card. And then we'll finish it off with some of those matte dots, those neutral matte dots. Now on this one, I used some of the basic beige ones and then some of the pecan pie ones. We are just using the pecan pie ones today because I don't have any more of the basic beige ones in this package. So I'm just going to use 3 of the pecan pie ones and it'll be totally fine. So we're going to just do 3 just like that. And actually, I'm going to move this one. I don't want that one up there. Let's put this one down here. Perfect. And that's it. That completes our sweet little 'Tis the Season for Baking card. Isn't it adorable? Lots of fun little touches. Now, the hardest part of this is going to be die cutting all of the pieces. But if you get everything die cut, then this card will be assembled super quick. You can definitely mass produce this one. Get kids involved. This would be great to add with a little homemade box of cookies or something. So super cute little card. Now, remember, I have 3 more projects coming with this bundle this week. So make sure to join me for the next 3 days, and I will have 3 more cards. Now, if you want this class to go, you need to place an order in my online store, minimum of $50 before tax, shipping, and after any Stampin' rewards by October 31st, and I will send you this class to go for free. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out, and you never miss a video. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.